Hi there, good evening everyone, and welcome to our Business and Leadership Forum today. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you had a restful weekend. I did, and I hope that today is not been so bad. Mondays, I like Mondays. It's when you plan towards the weekend, and you're trying to now make sure that your plans are falling into place. So it's kind of executing the things that you have thought. So I welcome you guys, those of you on Instagram and those of you on Facebook. You never fail me to turn out to listen to what I have to say. I thank you for the followership. I thank you guys, even the followership on YouTube. I know on Wednesdays for my coaching and counseling corner, I know that a lot of people watch afterwards. I also, though I would prefer that you come live with me, my counseling session is on Wednesday 5 p.m. Same time but 5 p.m. Same time but Wednesday. Our Business and Leadership Forum is today, Monday, 5 p.m. So I hope to see all of you. Thank you guys for always coming out. And this is the reason why I do what I do every week, because people send me messages, and even people stop me on the way, those that live in my city, and say, oh, I follow you, I do this, I do that, and it's quite encouraging to hear all that. So thank you guys for always coming live with me. All right, today we're talking about mindfulness, how to train our mind, ourselves to be mindful. What you don't put your mind on, you don't dwell well on it. You might want something, but you are not really thinking about it, because many things come to distract you, and many things come to make sure that you don't think. If someone wants to keep you from being productive, all that person needs to do is to keep you distracted from your main purpose. And there are so many things in life that can keep you distracted and make sure you are not mindful of what you need to do. When you wake up in the morning, you think about, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to accomplish. But as the day starts, you realize that other things come in, and those things come and push out what you want to do. And at the end of the day, you don't do what you want to do. So we need to be careful. We need to be careful so that we don't get too distracted. And so now we know these things, but how can these things come to pass? We have to train ourselves to become mindful, so we can achieve what we set out to achieve. Okay, let me just give you a brief overview. Mindfulness means, the definition of mindfulness is all about being consciously aware of what goes on in your life. Mindfulness is all about being consciously aware of what is going on in your life. You need to take charge of what is going on in your life. And when you don't do that, if you're not mindful of what you want to achieve in life, what you don't want to achieve in life is what you get. It seems like we're living in a society that is filled with many distractions. And you see, these distractions keep you away from enjoying the simple pleasures in life. Like, walking in the park. Most of us travel. Especially every time I get a friend that is traveling by road, I ask him, were you looking at the scenery? What were you taking in? What he said, taking in what? That he's so engrossed with going to where, Nigerians, and I don't know about other Africans, we don't take time to appreciate nature. We don't take time to appreciate the things that are around us. At least I know a few do. Take the pleasures of, going to a park. There are some things we just don't do. Even to take a break sometimes is even an issue. So many things come to distract us from achieving what we want to achieve in life. But we have to be mindful of what we want, and so that we can shut out the things that are trying to limit us, trying to distract us from achieving the things that we want to achieve. So once you are mindful of what you want to achieve, and train yourself to ever be mindful of that thing you want to achieve, you know what? You will achieve it. Because life is like a hurdle. It's like a hurdle. Every time you're racing towards something, you will see hurdles, distractions in front of you. And for those that are successful and get to the end of their journey, or get to their destination, are people that are mindful that these challenges and these things in front of me are things that are trying to stop me and limit me from getting to where I want to. And now in this tech age, so many things are fighting for your attention, and we can get carried away from it. And when we get carried away, if we get carried away, we can lose focus, forget about our vision, and take a different route entirely. There's a lady called Victoria Moran. She says this quote, and I like it. In this moment, there is plenty of time. In this moment, you are precisely as you should be. In this moment, there is infinite possibilities. So we lose that infinite possibilities that are around us because we are not aware of our surrounding, aware of our now. There are many things happening to us, so many opportunities. I believe that God sends a lot of opportunities our way, but we are not calm enough to be able to recognize these opportunities. We are not calm enough to be able to recognize these opportunities. And if you're not able to recognize those opportunities, you will not be able to maximize or utilize them. You must be conscious of now. Once you are conscious of now, life becomes a lot more easier. Being mindful can help you appreciate what you have and look forward to the future. A man, they asked him, why is it that you don't have that relationship that you should have? A man went to counseling, and he says that him and the wife, they are drifting apart. And yes, they were at that particular time. And the counselor was asking him and said, look, what is the problem? What kind of woman do you want? And the man was saying exactly, said all the kind of woman he wants, the kind of relationship he wants. And at the end of the day, the counselor said to him, I've spoken to your wife, I've interviewed your wife. Your wife is exactly the same thing that you're asking. She has the same character, or she has the same attributes that you're asking for. And the man was shocked. And he said, yes, she has the same attribute. It's just because you have missed it. You got it right. The counselor said to him, you got it right the first time. It's because now you have allowed other things to becloud your judgment, that you now think that she is not what she really is. Distraction. You use one thing to forget, and it's good for us to count our blessings. count your blessings all the time, especially when it comes to spouses. You got most of the time we get it right the first time with the kind of person we want. Then life begins to happen to us. We begin to doubt that person because there's so many things fighting for our attention every day. And see, let me advise you guys, social media, a lot of people come out on social media to advise about marriages, and these people are not married. There's a lady that is always shouting on social media talking about marriages, and I thought she was married until I saw a write-up about her. She has never been married. She's in her 40s, never been married, but she's telling women how they need to treat men. And boyfriend, girlfriend, I always say, is different from husband and wife. You might have the experience of having lived with a partner, having a boyfriend, but it's different from having a husband because the expectations are different. And when we are tutored from social media, from the internet, at times we fail. At times we fail to recognize the things that we have. We fail to give the right judgment, attention to what we already have. See, people just want to look to be taken seriously. People want to look as very important. People want to be seen as thought leaders, so they come to social media and say all manner of things so that you can look at them in a certain way. But at the same time, they're giving you advice, and people are talking to you, and they're talking to you, and they're talking to you, and you are taking everything, soaking up everything you're seeing on social media. You're soaking up everything that you're hearing. You're soaking them all up. And you know what? You're not even able to decipher the one that works for you, and that is detrimental to your relationships and even to your health, your well-being. So for you to be mindful, you must do certain things. I'm going to give you 7 points that will help you to continually be mindful of your position and where you are. You must continually be mindful. If not, you will miss it. I have 7 points that I want to give to you, and please note them down. Go back, I think, listen to this message one more time. And I have a lot of these messages, similar messages on my online store, ucheonochie.com. If you go to ucheonochie.com, you will see these messages there. You will see a lot of these presentations there that can help you. So I'll give you 7 of those quickly. The first one is create that which you desire to exist in your life. You will create the kind of life you want. Some people feel that, their destiny, I'm destined to be this. Certain things will happen in my life. I used to think that way. You can be the author and finish off your own life. Because God created us in our own image and likeness. And when we met God in Genesis, He was creating. And He still left that creative ability to us to recreate our lives. We are made in His image and likeness for us to be able to transform. God does all things, makes all things beautiful in His own time. I used to think that God will do everything, write a script for us. Yes, there are some things He's written, but there are some things also He allows you to write. The extent to which you want to go in life depends on you, not necessarily on God. You determine exactly what you want. So create that desire. Create that which you desire to exist in your life. And ask yourself this question. The first one, what in life do you truly want to experience? What you want to experience, you work towards it. Don't want to experience wealth, but hang out with people that are calling wealthy people all manner of names. Don't hang out with people that don't want to learn how money works, how to earn, how to save, how to invest. They're just waiting for opportunity. God is going to send a deal that will give them 500 million. Don't hang out with those jokers. Wealth is created. Anything you don't create, anything you don't create, you won't value. Anything you don't create, you are just waiting for that big boom, as they call it, will just land. Anything you don't create, you don't value. And so even if you stumble into wealth that you didn't create, you will lose it. But when you create wealth, it is difficult for you to do things that will be detrimental to that wealth you created. What do you want to experience? Another question: what is the journey you want to go on? What journey? What do you want to achieve? You see, because when it comes to becoming more mindful in life, it must start with a vision. For you to be more mindful, you must be going somewhere. There must be a vision. There must be something you want to achieve. So you cannot be mindful without a vision. You cannot say, example, you say, I want to be rich, but you don't have a vision. You don't have a plan to actualize that vision. So what it means is that anything can go. If you don't have a plan, people that have a plan will take over your plan. People that have a plan will direct you towards their own plan to work for them. So everything starts with a vision. It's about creating that which you desire to exist in your life. You have the power to create what you want. And you know, is in life, when you decide to take a leap of faith in something, when you take a leap of faith and start moving towards your destiny, and God also will start bringing that your destiny close to you. If you do nothing, God does nothing. A lot is dependent on what you achieve. A lot, and God expects you to make certain changes. You know, we understand by when you decide to now live a different kind of life, and you call that the born again life, the born again experience. You're willing to cut out a lot of things to enjoy that born again, to enjoy that walk with God. The same thing happens, that a lot of things also need to go. A lot of mindset shift needs to happen before you're able to enjoy wealth or marriage or whatever you desire. You have to condition yourself and discipline yourself to be able to achieve those things. There are people that have already achieved in life what you want to achieve. There are some people that achieved it 200 years ago, and there are write-ups on these people. Why don't you go? Why don't you go and read up those people? Why don't you go? Why don't you go and make sure you read up about these people, and make sure you are part of their, you understand how they got there in the first place, and it can help you. There are many things out there that can help you to become what you want. Create that desire. Living in a society, there's so many distractions. So many things take you off your goal, your dream, and your ambition. So many things every day. But you need to stay focused on what you want to accomplish, whether you are experiencing a good day or a bad day. Even if you try to do something and that thing doesn't work out well, you need to realize that because the path, your vision, or a step towards your vision didn't work, doesn't mean that you pack up that vision and put the business plan or put that plan in a shelf and say, I don't think this is me. Those that succeed are those that keep going, even in good times and in bad times. Carry on even in bad times. Continue doing. You see, failure is a pointer to success. So when you fail, you continue to move. When you fail, you continue to Fine-tune those things. Find out why you fail. Do better on them. And you will, before you know it, sooner than later, you will get to the point that you have become successful. You know, be mindful of those days of success and failure, and continue to say, I will create what I want. This thing that's happened to me is not what I want, but I will keep striving, keep pushing to have what I want. And once you have that kind of mindset, that is what starts your creative juice from flowing. See, the thing about your creative juice flowing is that it must be taxed. Your mind must be taxed. Everything about you must be taxed before that, to bring out that water from that rock, to bring out that oil from within you. It must come with a dedicated mindset that is not ready to, a resilient mindset that is ready to stay the course no matter what. This is what brings about creativity. Do you know that creativity is never found at peacetime? Nobody is creative when there is no need for it to be. It's when you have a challenge, that's when there's a need for solution. And once there's a need for solution, then there's the opportunity to create, to solve that need will arise. So without problem, there can be inventions. Without problems, there can be inventors. So don't always draw back when there's a problem, because when there's a problem, that is when inventors come. That is when creators are made, or when creations are made. So there must be a problem for you to be able to find a solution. So people that are mindful, this is what I want to create, and continue in that path, will see their desires come to pass. And I charge you, life is full of ups and downs. It's created by God in that way, because God knows without problem there can't be advancement. So even if you have troubles, make sure that you don't see that trouble as something that's come to kill you, something that's come to take you away from your destiny. No, but see it as something that's come to push you towards your destiny. Okay. The second point I want to bring about, talk about, is live life in alignment with your deepest values and beliefs. You know, not only companies should have core values, vision and mission statement. Individuals as well need to have core values. They need to have visions, and they need to have vision statements on a mission statement on how to make sure they can achieve their vision. And for an individual, it starts by knowing your deepest values and your beliefs. A man without a belief system, a man without values will compromise easily. A man without values doesn't have boundaries. You don't have boundaries. Anything goes. Let's embezzle, fine, because you have never really thought about it. Some people are not bad, but because they don't have their own personal core values, deepest values, and belief system, they will flow with anybody that has one. And you come to a company, and you know in that company they compromise a lot. There's a lot of kick back, kick front, kick sideways, you just name it. If you come there and you don't have your own core values, you are just going to flow with them after a while. But if you also come with core values and belief system and say, you see this, I can't cross it, I can't do certain things, you will create enemies. People that have strong core values and belief systems have a lot of enemies at first. But after a while, you begin to be admired by even your people that don't like you very well. They will admire you. He's a nonsense fellow, but at least what he says is what he means. And you know what? That is what the world is looking for. People that are different. You need to be different. You need to be different. You have to do things that make you different. You have to do things, and not, let me just rephrase. You have to do things that make you look different. It's not like you have to go and start looking. It doesn't mean that you have to act in a certain way, speak in a certain way, wear only white that makes you, stand out. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that once you stick to your core values and your belief system, you begin to stand out. Because people that don't like you will still tell you, go to this man because he has been consistent. Consistency is what makes you stand out, not necessarily acting in a particular way. I have a guy introduce someone to me, and this guy, we had some kind of altercation at some point because he was trying to play fast one on me. But I was surprised that someone called me, said he wanted to see me, came to my office, and I asked him, so how did you know about our company? He now mentioned the guy that said to him, you see in this town, if you want so and so, go to this man. I was surprised because I didn't expect to be a referral to come from that kind of person. But he did, because the man has seen that I have deep values and belief system that I'm not ready to shift for anybody. And how do you arrive at those things? You need to know what matters to you. Reflect on them, and every day reflect on them, and after a while you will come to that place where you realize that this is who I am. I'm not fake, this is who I am. And people will just believe you, and people will just take you for who you are, because the world will try you to see if you are consistent with what you're saying. It's just like you say, I don't take alcohol, and you stay in the midst of people. In fact, you walk in a brewery, you stay in the midst of people that drink. They will try you to see how far you can hold up. Then after a while, they'll say, well, this man, we have tried him, and he seems to believe in that thing he believes in. And they will let you be. But you must be able to make sure that everything about you lines up with your belief system, because it will help you in the long run. Why will it help you? Because there's so much distractions. There's so much distractions. And for you to be able to align yourself, you need to step away. Always find a quiet place. One of the reasons why I get up very early, 3:34 in the morning, is because I need that quiet time. And I need that quiet time to think. I'm not distracted by anything at that hour. I'm just thinking. The weather is still, no noise anywhere, and it's just barking dogs from a distance that you hear, and before the cock will start crowing. But apart from that, you can sit down and really think. It's at those hours that thoughts drop into your mind that can change a lot of things around you. Those are the times that the thoughts, God drops thoughts inside of you, that when you say it to somebody, they will say, wow, this guy is something else. And that is because you have now taken time to think about who you are, what you want to achieve. And once you align it with your beliefs, you will become somebody to be sought after within a short time. When you are able to live every single day in alignment with your deepest values and beliefs, you are making, what you're doing is that you're making mental decisions to be mindful of your life. Mindfulness is to check everything. Let your mind be that gatekeeper, weighing every action and every word with your core values, your deepest values and belief system. That's mindfulness. When anything that is happening to you is checked based on based on your core values, you are mindful. You are being extremely mindful of what is happening. And mindful people are the ones that will always they are the ones that will always get what they want, and they are always moving in the right direction. When you're clear with your values system and live every day in alignment to them, you consciously become aware of your life. It's a sad reality, but a lot of people are alive, but they are not mindful of their life. So life happens to them. We say life happens to people. Life happens to people that are not mindful. They are not mindful. They are not mindful of where of their life, what is currently happening to them. So life happens to those kind of people. So when you are more mindful about life, you are aware of why you do what you do. People, they are pressure, peer pressure, economic pressure, political pressure. All manner of pressure comes on people to do things in a certain way that they will not like to do. But if you're mindful and you're weighing every decision based on your core values and your belief system, you will get it right. You will get it right. And this is one of my advice to you today. The third point I want to bring out here is unplug yourself from the noise of society once in a while and plug yourself into your mind. There's so many things happening in the world. You go to social media, you just say, let me just check Facebook, and you are stuck there on Facebook. You're just flipping. Every time I see people, you're just flipping. It happens to me as well. When I get go to the social media, I see that people are you just keep flipping, checking out manner of things. There's a lot of noise on social media. Go for what you want and come out of it. I use a lot of social media, but I don't stay on social media. I actually have people that manage my social media account for me, so I don't have to be here, because social media is a great tool. It's a wonderful tool to get customers, get what you want to the world. Excellent tool rather, but it's also a great distraction. Is a great distraction to the life of people that don't know how to use social media. You can stay there, especially our ladies. Forgive me, but most of them, you see that they always have 2 or 3 power banks, because they're always on that social media. I know a lady has 4 power banks, and most of them might be true be flat before the end of the day, because they're just flipping. There are many things for you to see, and you're flipping like that, and hours. One day, the day I made a conscious decision that I will not be spending more. That I check out my ads and check out my posts and all that, but I don't stay to find out what is happening, because a lot is happening on social media that can catch your attention, but they are not all necessary. They are important, but they are not needful. And you must separate yourself. Find a place to separate yourself from the noise. If you can't separate yourself from activity and noise, you will not be able to think well, so that you can align your core values to what you want. And if you can align your core values, it means that you can't be your true self. Just try driving down the road. The adverts, billboard adverts, the radio is blaring, the fast food joints, there's one advert, television, there's so much distraction, movie, advert, everything, flipping through different channels. Sometimes I want to watch television. Do you know that 30 minutes, I'm still flipping to find out what I want? And I'm wondering, what is this that I want to watch something, it takes me 30 minutes because you have over 500 channels. You have over 500 channels. It takes me 30 minutes. And once it's more than 30 minutes, I say, well, man, I'm not ready to waste this time. I will just let it go. I'm not a big television person because to get channel, it's an issue for me. So I just stay on my news channels. I like wildlife, so I stay on wildlife channels. So I know them. I know the number, so I just type in the number. I don't have to scroll. So news, football, and animal, Nat Geo Wild. It's all. I don't have to flip through many. And also, the good thing about Netflix is that you can just type what you want. You can look at what you want, and you can. If it takes you six months to watch a series, fine. If it takes you 2 months, fine. You do it at your own pace. And so it's not like I'm advertising anyone. I'm just trying to make sure. I'm just telling you guys about me because I'm trying to see that I think. I need to think. When I get up 6:30, 3:30 or 4, I just stay 30 minutes. I'm not moving. I'm just sitting. I have a chair. I sit and I just think. I just close my eyes and I'm just thinking. I'm shutting myself from the world so that I can truly find out the deep things that matter to me. Training, this thing that I do is important to me. I was born and created to groom and train people. And by the grace of God, I've groomed and trained highly successful people. You know, I'm in business. I'm still a business person. But I now have to adjust my life so that I can do this. I can't say I'm a business. I'm a business person. I don't like to use that word for myself. I say I'm an entrepreneur, but more I'm an investor because I don't see myself running businesses, but I see myself as an investor, as an entrepreneur. I see myself doing quite a lot of things, but not necessarily running a business. Running a company, rather. I run a company here, but this is what I want to do because I have an institute. This is a training institute. This is a leadership and enterprise institute. But it's an institute I teach. It's what I do. I teach, I groom, I groom people to become successful. I will do that from this institute and online. I need to unplug myself. So many things. Even if I'm moving on the road, I have to find them. Because for me, I have a very inquisitive and analytical brain. So I try not to look one of the things why I don't drive a lot. I only drive on Sundays when I go to church with my family. I don't drive a lot because if my brain is just soaking up everything, looking for what I will use for my next speech. So I'm just soaking up everything. I'm just taking everything in, and it's not healthy. It might not be. It's a time waste. It's a time waster for me, analyzing things that I don't need right now. I don't have that time. You know, keeping me away from that noise. You know, you have to have time. And there's sometimes in my office, I just shut the door, I just stretch out in my couch, and I'm just thinking. I just let my mind float. And you know what? The mind will always flow to weighty things. The mind determines the things that are weighing down on you. then you are able to. Some things that you don't even think that are important to you, when you master the act of being mindful and master the act of meditation and being mindful, the mind will always flow to weightier things. And when you start, it always goes to weighty things, but not necessarily important to you. So you have to train the mind to go to the ones that matter to you. There are a lot of things that are important, but they're not urgent. So you take the urgent ones, and gradually you'll be able to get there. Please try not to surround yourself with a lot of noise. If you train yourself, you have to be able to remove yourself from the world and plug yourself into your mind. If you can do that, you will become highly successful. To be able to unplug from the world from time, find times that you just unplug yourself. Some people, a whole day in a week, they don't go to work, they just stay at home, they just think and read or do whatever they want, pray whatever they want to do. You have to find time to unplug. Not necessarily for me, holidays, breaks and all that, I find time, because you can go on holiday and your mind is not, you are still not being mindful. So you must be in a place where you stay every day and train yourself to just think. Don't start with thinking anything in particular. Just think. The mind knows how to get to where it needs to get to. Just let it float. What emotions? You must also be able to check your emotions, your feelings, and your thoughts. This is how it happens. If I lie down right now, especially when I feel tense, I just stretch out. Before meeting people, there are things that happen to you that make you tense. And when I know that those things might make me flare up or make me, once you're agitated, a bit apprehensive, not agitated, apprehensive about something, what I do is that I will just lie down on my couch in my office here, or I will, if it's at home, stretch out on my bed or in my study, and I will just be calm. I can locate the part of my body that is tense. Then I just keep saying to myself, to my spirit, Uche, peace, be still. That's what I do. I say, peace, be still. If I want to speak and I'm a little bit apprehensive, or somebody has annoyed me or something, and I know it's going to affect my training, what I will do before I speak, my people here in the office know that before I speak, I always take out time. They think I'm praying. Yeah, sometimes I pray, but sometimes I want my spirit to be calm. Because if my spirit is not calm, and I'm thinking 2-3 things at the same time, and I'm speaking to you, I won't be that effective. So now I make sure that I calm. I just said, peace, be still. Peace, be still. I speak calmness into my spirit. Like less than 5 minutes, sometimes 2 minutes, I am calm. Even if I'm feeling pain physically in my body, I just lie down and I direct my thought. I become mindful of that pain. And I think about it. Another day I will talk about this meditation and mindfulness. And I'm thinking about that pain. You see, when you think about it long enough, the mind will shift from that place. And once that mind shifts from that place, you bring awareness to that pain. You're bringing awareness to what is happening in your body. And once you become aware of something in your body, you're bringing light into that place. So if you are afraid of something and you think of that, take time and think of that thing, you're bringing light into that. And once you bring light into that, the darkness, fear, fear and darkness, they go together. So when you bring the light of awareness into that darkness, darkness will evaporate, disappear on its own. And once light comes into that, that thing will no longer be a challenge for you. You are free of that thing. If it's a habit, a guy was cured, one of my clients, or I'm not a medical, so I can't say it's my one is not my patient, but one of my mentees, this was how he overcame loss, because he was always struggling with the opposite sex on a daily basis. So I said, before you go to work, I taught him this and a bit more in details, how to be calm. You see, guys, we all need mentors. We all need mentors. Don't think you can go through life on your own. You need a mentor, directly or indirectly. And part of what I'm doing here is mentoring. Though some people want more. If you want more, you can always reach out to me. And I can always make out time for you. We can discuss it, make out time, and see how that can work. So I sit down, and I will sit down in the couch, and I say, so what are you feeling? He's feeling tense. A lady is attracted to, and he was attracted to many of them. Some were his staff, some were, and once they are coming, he becomes a bit apprehensive because he doesn't want to embarrass himself. So, but now I tell him to lie down. Whoever is coming to visit you, be thinking about them. Bring light into that. He said, it will not work. I said, look, who is coming to meet you in the office? I went to his office. Who is coming to meet you? Told me the lady, and he's really attracted to this lady. And she's a client, a customer, a very important customer he can't even afford to say anything to in that regard. So what he now, and I say, okay, be thinking about her. Just calm yourself down. Be thinking about that. We have to calm him down, just like I said to you. After that, I said, be thinking about her. Just keep thinking. Bring it in the light. Don't say anything. Don't think anything. Don't make any incantations. Nothing. Don't pray. Just be thinking about it. Be thinking about it. I was there. He was thinking. After 10 minutes, he didn't even know when his thought moved from that lady to other things, to move to the things that they will discuss. And after like 15 minutes, I was like, you said that. In fact, he has moved from that. He didn't even know he has moved from that to what you're going to discuss. I say, you see, once you bring light onto something enough, once the light chases away that darkness, it moves to other things. And by the time the lady came, he wasn't feeling anything. But does it cure it in a day? No. But by the time you keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, when these things come, before it can take you 10 minutes for this to happen. But after a while, it can now move from 10 minutes to 5 minutes to 2 minutes to 30 seconds, and you get better at it. But that's how it works. Remove yourself and think, and bring light into that thing. It will help you. Okay, the first point I want to talk about is, what is the legacy you want to leave behind? Is one of the things that will help you to be mindful in everything that you do. Be conscious of the legacy that you want to leave. Once you are mindful of that legacy, it will help the decisions that you're going to make. The choices we make. There's a guy, I think it's Tavis Smiley. Tavis Smiley has a quote, and he says, the choices we make about life, the choices we make about the lives we live determine the kind of legacies we leave. So it's the choices we make. And if the choices are hinged on your vision, remember, the vision is also the legacy you want to take. It will help you in your decisions. When you remember, example, like going to work every day, when you remember that you have to go to work every day so that you can give your life, your family a better life, train your children, and so is the legacy you want to leave with them, to work hard to take care of their own family. Every day you get up and you move because there is something that you want to achieve. We are constantly running around so much that we barely have time to think. I've said it many times, but think about the legacy. Think about the things that you want. Think about the things that you are mindful. Be mindful of the things that you want to achieve. Let them be aligned to your decisions on a daily basis. You know what? You will not miss the mark. The fifth point I want to bring is your actions. Your actions will keep you being mindful. Through your actions, you will become mindful. It's all about actions. It's all about actions. We can keep our thoughts, emotions, and feelings inside, but in order to become more mindful, you need to express yourself through your actions. Your actions speak louder than words. You can either become more mindful in a negative way or in a positive way. Through your actions, you know the things that are important to you. Your actions, when you take action, and you take action, that action keeps you being mindful of what you want to achieve. So never be inactive. Once you are inactive and wasting time to do things, or you have not, you know, what brings about action? You think about it. You get your vision. Then you now get a plan. And you begin to walk the plan. And once you are walking the plan, something is pushing you pushing you towards achieving that purpose. And that is action. So every day, make sure you have activities. Make sure you have things. Follow through on the things that you need to. They will keep you being mindful of where you're going. To have a successful company, you must have a plan and take action to execute that plan. And that will keep you mindful of where you're going. Okay, the sixth point here is turn on your antenna to your purpose in life. What makes you wake up every day? What motivates you? You know, the things that you do, are they just routine, or there's something? Because you see, if there is nothing that is pushing you, if there's nothing that is making you get up in every morning, that thing will become a draining routine. It's called a draining routine. You just get up, go to a job that you don't even like, just because you want to feed your family. You know, you have not really thought through why you work. A lot of young men come to me and they are dissatisfied with where they are, but they need to have a job. And I say to them, if you are not in tune with the purpose for your life, you don't have a vision, and you are not alert about that thing you want to achieve, you keep going through the motions. And that motions is draining. It's draining your battery. So you charge your battery every day, maybe in prayer or thinking, you charge yourself, but when you go back to do those routine, you begin to lose, your battery begins to go flat. What's the reason why you want to work? A guy told me so that he will not be broke. He needs to take care of himself, he needs to take care of his family. I said that shouldn't be all the reason why you need to walk. You need to walk because you have a vision. What is that your vision? When I was walking, I tell people that even if you want to be an entrepreneur, go and work for somebody for 5 years and learn how a business is run, how an office is run. While you're there, you're making your own plans of what you want to achieve in life. So you're working not necessarily to feed yourself. People that work just to feed themselves are people that don't have a plan. It's either I'm working because I want to climb up this ladder in this organization. I want to get to executive director. I want to be MD of this company. I want to be president of this country. That's why I want to get into politics. It's not about the money. It's not about the money they pay you every month. People they pay every month are miserable. You need to have something that is pushing you. See, if you don't have something that is pushing you to get up and come to work every day, that routine will drain you. So I'll give you 2 examples. Let me finish this one I'm talking about. You are working because you're a career person. You see yourself as a career person. You want to climb the career ladder. So you get up every day. Put in your best every day. Because you expect to climb the ladder. And you will. Another is you get up every morning. And you say, I'm going to put in my best and learn everything I need to learn in the next 5 years, because I should be starting my own organization in the next 5 years or 10 years, as the case may be. So you see, these are 2 kinds of people in the workforce. Then the third kind are the people that are just working for money, to feed my wife, to feed my children. They are usually miserable because they don't have a higher purpose. They just want to come, and they just want to come, and they just want to benefit from that. They don't have a higher purpose. See, there is dignity in labor. Not all of us can be business people. So you can work. I've seen number 2s that are even richer than the number 1, than the MDs. I've seen highly successful people that have worked for somebody all their life. They retire and they are wealthy, highly successful people. So it's not all about, I need to be an entrepreneur. You can work and say, I want to get to the top of a career. I want to be an executive. I even want to be an MD of this company. That can be a driving force. And you know what? All your mind, you become mindful every day, or you want to climb this corporate ladder. So when you make your decisions, you will not make your decisions like somebody that just feeding the family. You know, that one will just, I cannot come and kill myself in this company. After all, how much are they paying me? But the other person that wants to become the MD, we want to kill himself in that company so that he can climb. That is the mindset. That's being mindful of what you want to achieve. And the one that wants to start his own company, we want to learn everything. And in learning everything, you want to try out everything. And when they say, who will volunteer? You volunteer. Because one day you want to run your own. So you want to learn everything here. You see, that is being mindful. If not, that routine will kill you. And that's why a lot of people are stuck, because they don't have a vision, they don't have a plan. And if you have a vision and plan that is important to you, that vision and plan must be in the front burner. It must be in your mind every day, and every decision you make will be towards attaining that. And you see that you attain it. Then the last point I want to bring here is, be real with who you are. When it comes to training yourself to be more mindful, you need to be real. You will be a challenge to try to be more mindful when you're living a life that is fake and materialistic. A lot of people don't know themselves. They know they have an image of themselves that they are not. It's important for you to always remain true to yourself in whatever you're doing. And the only way you can remain true to yourself is to be connected with your inner being. And the only way to be connected with your inner being is to make sure regularly you have a quiet time where you think. After a while, you begin to think those things are very important to you. When you're able to be connected to your inner being, even during the worst times, you know who you are. You know who you are. When you know who you are, it doesn't matter what is happening around you. It doesn't matter the failure. It doesn't matter who is for you, who is against you. It doesn't matter the economy. When you know who you are, when you know who you truly are, all your decisions will be based on who you are. You know, there's who I am and who I want to be, or who I see myself to be, because you will have images of the kind of person we want to be, but you need to know who you are right now, even as you evolve to become who you want to be. You always be mindful of who you are. It's easy to start confronting society, especially when you are surrounded with noise. It's not easy to be yourself when you're surrounded with noise. When you know who you are more likely to be mindful with your life. If you know who you are and you truly know who you are always mindful about the decisions that you make. What is not good for you is not good for you. So you cannot say, because I want a job, you go and take a job that you know that this is not you. I can't function in this place. You must get a job that suits you as a person, because this is who you are. And where you are is where you can put in your best. You can put in your best. So try as much as possible to be real to yourself. Once you're real to yourself, it means that you're being mindful of yourself. And that is where the journey starts. Okay, I will come back to you another time on mindfulness. I want to dwell on that, the things that have to do with the mind a bit, because sometimes something that happened to me many years ago, I will share it, this series of mindfulness that I'm going to come up with. You know, you can desire, your mouth will speak what you want, but your mind is thinking something different. So when your mind is not in sync with your confession, you are like a man that is double-minded in his ways. You will not get anything until your mind says the same thing that you confess. That's when you draw goodness onto yourself. So, but if not, you will keep running to achieve, but you never, because your mouth is saying one thing, but the thing you truly desire is saying, you are saying something internally and you are saying something differently externally. But both of them have to be in sync for you to become who you are. So thank you guys, but just give me a minute. Thank you guys for always coming live. I appreciate you guys a lot. I really appreciate you guys. On Wednesday is my counseling session, and and how does it work, rather? Sorry, how does it work is people ask questions and I answer. It can be questions in the 5 core areas here at Marketplace Apostles, which is business, career, leadership, personal finance, and life issues and relationships, both corporate and personal. So this is what we do here. You can ask me questions, can be on this presentation, I don't mind. That's why I come out 5 p.m. Wednesday Nigerian time, to answer your questions. So I look forward to your questions on on Wednesday, 5 p.m. I can answer them because I don't want to stay more than 1 hour anytime I come online. So by Wednesday, I'll come and answer your questions. All you need to do is put out your questions in my DM, put out your question in my DM, and now my people will pick it out and they will send it to me and we will answer your question. If you want me to coach you one-on-one, please also reach out. We can talk and take it from there and see how it works. Yeah, that's about Wednesday. So now I want to invite you to the largest gathering, business gathering, exhibition and conference in South and Southeast of our country, beloved country, Nigeria. It's going to hold from 20th to 25th of October this year in the city of Port Harcourt. I want to specially invite you. I want you to mark it in your calendar. I want you to make a date and be there. It's the largest gathering where you find the general public, government people, people from corporations, people from the market, people from all walks of life, business enthusiasts. You get SMEs, startups, retirees, people from embassies, people from chambers of commerces, and all over the world. We have speakers from all over the world. We're doing a lot of things this year, and I want to invite you guys. Do you know that with a raffle draw of a token, you can win a land here in the city of Port Harcourt? With a token of a land, you can win. With a token, you can win a land. You can win other wonderful prizes at our raffle draw. We have keynote speak. We have trainings. The conferences are free, but we have a masterclass that trains you to. The idea around that masterclass is we want you to attend something for 1 week, and you'll be able to start a business, a trade. It's not about theory, it's about what you can do that can be an extra income or the only income that you have. So the master classes, with the token, you can learn quite a lot of things in a week. Then we also have grants that we give out. Grants, if you want to be part of it, pick up a form. All the things I'm saying are on our website, and that is www.makeitnigeria.com. Just go to makeitnigeria.com and you will see register to be part of it, and also any other thing around, any other thing you go through the website that you want to be part of is there. Is awesome. We have an entertainment village that will keep you entertained in that event. So many things are happening. We have thousands of people, over 12,000 people we've had in the past, and even this year we will have more. So I want to invite you specially to this year. Make it a date, mark it in your calendar. I hope to see you. Thank you one more time for you guys for coming. I appreciate you all. See you on Wednesday, 5 p.m. West African time. God bless you all.